Hi everyone. I am going to wait for my hermana Andrea Valeska. We are going to share what is going to flow through our hearts. So we just have to wait a little bit. We felt the call to share, to channel as well the messages from the creator and the goddess as well. Uh, so I don't know if it's working. Ahora sí. Now
Uh,
it's working.
how
Hi, how are you?
doing well yourself?
Uh, can you, uh, I can hear you well?
You can?
Now I can hear you.
You cannot, or you
Yeah, now
okay,
it's working.
awesome. I hear you too.
I was telling to people that we are going to share what's coming through our hearts and the messages as well that we felt called to share from the creator and the goddess as well. So I don't know if you want to start sharing something.
Um, well, this is our first live in English together.
Yes.
Big deal. It's a really, really, really big deal. And yeah, thank you for saying yes to that, Colin. Thank you for saying yes to expanding your reach, right? You're meant to reach a lot of people, and sometimes English can be a powerful channel, a powerful ally to get to more people. So it is an honor to be here today and to do this live in English. And also, I know you just came back from a really powerful trip to Europe where you connected with your roots. And um, yeah, I'm excited to hear about that. And today also we start a new decena under the Mayan cosmology, cosmovision, and it happened to be your Nawal, right? So it's a powerful day today of new beginnings and um, yeah, a new start and an opportunity to for more people to get to know you, so you get to reach more people and your medicine, which is really powerful and it's really beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I am deeply grateful to you as well because I always expressed that to you that for me you are a sister. And your medicine as well is super powerful, and I'm glad that, as you said, we both are doing this today. We talked about this long ago, and just finally taking this step, I think it's something powerful and beautiful. And the same, I wish the same for you that people could connect and get in touch with your medicine, with your magic with your heart and all the wisdom that you carry because it's deeply and powerful as well. So, as you said, this trip was deeply, deeply powerful. I feel more grounded after those days.
Mm.
And something that I realized that since I um, broke up with my husband, um, that was in 2019, I felt this call, and I didn't know back there, but I felt this call from my ancestors, and it was so powerful that um, took me to do that first step and travel to Europe as well, and feeling the need to go to Scotland and Ireland. And it was so deeply there, that calling that in those days I didn't know. But
Mm.
after this second travel there and knowing more certain that the roots of my ancestors were there, it is something that changed me in levels that I am still understanding and comprehending deeply. So I am super grateful as well because something I understand as well is when we are able to honor our roots, our ancestors, um, deeply from love, have the
Mm.
power to change us, to transform us in ways that we didn't expect. And it is amazing because expands our vessel for more love, for deepening our roots as well. So for me, have been a privilege, a great honor to go there to connect with the land, the memories, their voices. They were speaking to me through the different places and nature, and was so. I am super humble and grateful, and this awakened wisdom that I still can put exactly in words. So thank you for the space, hermana.
Wow, that's so powerful and beautiful. And I feel it's a very important message because a lot of people sometimes get scared to connect with their roots if they come from a lineage where there was a lot of hurt and there was a lot of pain, a lot of trauma, and they don't know how to connect. And actually, there are some people who said, don't connect with you, only connect with your ancestor of light. When in reality, all of our ancestors actually have their life and their experiences were there for us to be here today. And without them, we wouldn't be here today. So if we are handpicking which ancestor we are going to connect with, we are negating another part of ourselves. And the stronger we connect to our roots, like you said, right? We get to dismantle, we get to transform, we get to um, release limited belief patterns, cycles that they didn't have the opportunity to, because by the time that they were alive, they didn't have all of the tools and the access that we have right now on this time on earth, right? So to be able to honor all of our ancestors, doesn't matter what their experience and their life was, and it's mostly if you are in this path, it is that your ancestor had a difficult life, right? This is why you were born, to break the cycle, and you were born to do it differently so you can also liberate yourself and liberate the lineage forward. And the stronger our roots, the stronger we connect to our roots, the stronger and the wider our branches can go, right? So if we are in the path of service, how can our branches become stronger and bigger, right? So when the wind comes, it doesn't put us down. Contrary, we are strong in our roots. And then you mentioned about after ending relationship with your ex-partner, right, or your ex-husband, then after that you give birth to your daughter, right, which is that future generation, which also intensifying that push, that pulling of now's the time. Now's the time not only for you and your ancestor, but also for your future generation, which Almita is already here.
Yes, it amazes me because it's something so profound. I was connecting with my great grandfather, and I didn't even know him physically. So then he opened the path to connect with my great great grandmother, and then I started to show up all the information, even during this travel, and they spoke to me, and then I get physical proof, and that was something that blows my mind. Because as you said, even standing on the ground of Culloden, for me was so powerful the healing that I felt with my male lineage,
Mm,
with the maternal side,
mm,
that that aspect of knowing why we are so brave, why we have that honor and that loyalty, and knowing as well why women close their hearts and they die following a greater call, right? Duty, and understanding that in a deeper level heal me in ways that the only thing I could sense connected with my ancestor is peace right now, where
yes.
before was pain and maybe feeling treason or whatever. Now it's peace. Is, as you say, is understanding that the shadow is so necessary and the light as well, and it's not selecting, as you say, what is I want to take is allowing ourselves to receive everything because in that shadow as well is the path for more light. So when we honor our roots, doesn't matter how was the story, we are allowing ourselves to ground ourselves with love uh, from the ability to choose what are we want to build, what we are want to sow, right? Is
Mm.
and I guess all the things that we can start to expand from there is beautiful and for me the healing path after following my ancestors calling and guidance have been amazing until today. It wasn't free from pain. It cost me a lot, of course. My mind was in the middle of my ego, and then I get to that point on those lands, and I receive all the blessings to feel all their pain, to hear them, to understand, and knowing that they are living through me as well. And as you said, now it's my daughter, and she have the gift to know where are her roots and which are, and I think that's amazing, and I was wanting to express this as well. You posted this a couple of days ago. We have native roots as well, so it's not just, as
Yes.
you said, choosing one. It is
Yes.
the union of all our roots as well. We know that we have lived right past lives, and as well our ancestors come from different points of the planet. So it is, again, it's the creator calling us to unite all what we are.
Yes. Yes. Yes, and that we are all native or indigenous from somewhere, right? Like I hear this from one of the elders that I work with in a ceremony a couple of years ago, maybe a year ago. And he was sharing like if there is somebody who doesn't have indigenous root, that person is not from this planet, right? Like it's coming from who lives in an aldea in the Amazon, right? Like who's immersed in his culture and works with the powerful path of healing and is honoring everybody because we are all children of earth and we are all native from somewhere. So when we start canceling cultures or separating others, so what is your blood quantum or all of these things that they're coming from a place of hurt and trauma because trauma separates but healing unites. And our ancestors are working with us right now for the healing, to unite our story, to unite them, and they are supporting us in this path, right? Because as we heal, as we liberate, they also liberate from the other side, right? Energy never dies, it's only transformed. They may not be physically present in this realm, but it doesn't mean that they are not there. That this doesn't mean that they they expire and they're never there, right? They had just move on to the next level of this spiritual experience, right? As being spiritual beings, having a human experience here, but our soul continues. Our soul continues expanding, and what we came here to learn on Earth and to expand and to liberate and transmute and alchemize and unite, it helps our soul when we go to the other side to get to the other levels that in this realm we may not know, understand what they are, but that doesn't mean that they're not real. And they're always with us, and they're always guiding us. Like even for you, this trip, it was so magical how it happened, right? You didn't know how it
Yes.
happened, but it happened, and all of a sudden you're there having this beautiful, powerful experience. So that the intervention of the unseen forces is always present, and we're worth it of it. And who are we to say I'm just gonna honor this ancestor and not gonna honor this one? Come on, they had to go through their life to, like in 100 years there, or in a generation that about 4,000 no 100 years there's about 4,000 ancestors, right, that they had to survive for you and I to be here. So who are we to say one of them or 20 of them or 100 of them they don't deserve, when in reality they were needed for us to be here. So it is a calling to honor our roots and to realize, not to realize, but to do, to follow the calling of reconnecting with our roots and re-indigenize ourselves, right? A lot of people speak about decolonization. I like to see it as a re-indigenization, that it means that we are coming back to the roots. And what is the root? It's nature. It's nature. It's coming back to the element. It's remembering that we are fractal of nature, and that nature it's provide everything for us, right? And it's that reconnection with nature. And our ancestors back then, right, when the systems were very different, they were all connected with nature. It is just now that the civilization have walked away so far away from nature, and this is why we see so much separation. But by doing this work and reconnecting and going back to nature, going back to our roots, is what unites, heals, and liberates them, us, and those who are coming after us.
Oh, it's so beautiful to listen to you. It is empowering, hermana. It's powerful because while I was hearing you, it is this great mother, right, nature, that connects us all, and we have this opportunity to unite all our hearts, all our beings, in one wisdom in certain way. She is our greatest source of abundance, life, everything. And connecting that as well with the creator, right? It is what help us to return to the oneness, to unity, to unconditional love. And as you say, if we keep denying our roots, we keep limiting ourselves in certain aspects. So it is not justify things, it's story or things. It is just have this, give us ourselves the gift, the miracle to connect with ourselves, with our history from a point of love and forgiveness and compassion. And as you said, the life that our ancestors had was super rough, and the only thing that we can do to honor them is just say, thank you, because of you I am here, and that's enough. We don't need to start digging and trying to put all the things together. Actually, all the things put back together when we open ourselves and let ourselves to be guided. As you said, I have to take this leap of faith because I didn't know how. I only said since the first time I was in Scotland in Ireland, the only thing I repeated, I don't know how or when I know that I am going to be back here. And in those days, I didn't even know exactly that my roots were there. So it is so powerful how the Creator, how our ancestors start to calling ourselves when we follow our heart, because our mind will try to get in the middle. And as all the things and the message as we always receive is we just need to move from the middle and just be the channel that the Creator and Mother Earth needs us to be.
Yeah. And also we don't need to understand it with the mind, right? It's not something that we had to rationalize and have it all figured it out and say, okay, this is the whole plan and this is how it's going to go. Because when we do that unconsciously, we we close ourselves for lives to surprise us, right? And that's what miracles are. Like, miracles don't happen by being planned; they just happen, right? It's just spontaneous. It's life surprising us, right? And that's the beauty of this life, right? And when we let go of the control of wanting to know how it's going to happen, or let go of the control of it has to be this way. If it's not this way, there is no other way. We are denying a part of ourselves, which is that connection with the spiritual world, which is that connection with those who are not yet they're not here any longer, right? And and that's where the mind goes in. And when you said about love, right, and forgiveness, that comes from the heart. So it is a calling of reconnecting with the heart. It's a calling of allowing the heart to guide us and to just trust, because the heart knows. The mind is tricky. The mind will try to understand. And it's not that the mind is against us. The mind is just working with what knows, right? The ego will reject anything that is unknown. So the ego, in a form of protecting us, will only let in whatever knows. And what it knows is just what we have experienced in the past. So how can we open to something new, to something miraculous, to something that we don't know? It is by allow the ego to put aside and to really move in with the heart and really follow the path of our heart, and to listen to the heart, to listen to our intuition. And at the same time, to know that if the mind is getting around, is getting in the way, or if the ego is so big that it's protecting you, or if you're not being able to listen to your heart, also not to be hard on yourself for not being able to do so, or to trust your intuition, but instead offer compassion to the part of you that needed to create a mechanism of defense to survive, and then to say thank you so much, you serve me, but now I'm ready to move on. So it's a choice on letting go a part of ourselves that no longer serve you, that it help us but no longer serve us, from a place of compassion and self-forgiveness to ourselves first. So then we can offer that to our ancestor, right? We can only give what we have. So we are not offering forgiveness or compassion to ourselves. How come we're going to offer that to anybody else?
So it's so powerful. And following that, I don't know if you felt the call to share as well how have been this journey for you, because I witnessed, right, all the transformation that have bring to your life following your heart. So if you feel you could share about it.
Yeah. Whew. I don't know if I time to share everything, but there's so much has happened in my life. In like, it's always unfolding, right? It's always happening, and I know I have been connected to my spirit guides and my ancestors since a very young age, and um, also come from an environment of big T trauma. So there was a lot of mechanism of defense that I created throughout my whole life to protect myself, to survive, right, to be there. And then the body will express itself in ways to that replicates those beliefs or those patterns that you have created. So for me, it was that at age of 16, I was diagnosed with PCOS, which somehow it was a part of me rejecting my own masculine side. Or it was or my feminine in a way that I needed to become more masculine, right? PCOS is like a hormonal imbalance that some women get a little bit more of testosterone than the female hormones. So for me, because of what I saw in my female lineage from both sides, it was the being a woman meant to be weak. I don't think that way any longer. Of course, I have moved way
Yes.
far from that, but that was myself at that age, and I developed PCOS. And when I developed PCOS, I was diagnosed to take the pill, and I feel that when I start taking the pill, my disconnection, my spiritual world, this like it got frozen, like I disconnected with my intuition. And it makes sense because it comes from our womb, and all of a sudden now I'm taking pill who is giving me all of these artificial hormones, right, that that block my intuition. So it was a period of time that at a very young age I was super 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 connected. Age of 14, there was a big shift in my life with my family of origin. Age 15, 16, I got diagnosed, and I took the pill for a long time. Then I'm living in the US, and also went through a relationship, right? And when I was in that relationship, I decided to stop the pill. And when I stopped the pill, and also right before that relationship, I had a big spiritual awakening. And before that, so the spiritual awakening happened in 2015, but in 2012, when the war's supposed to be ending, right? I had my big aha moment. And since then, everything changed. Although in 2010, I started doing yoga, there was a whole other things that were happening, and it's hard to point with one finger what actually made the change. It was all together. But when I stopped taking the pill, I started remembering. I started remembering the signs, the messages, the story, like everything that happened when I was little, when I was young. And I started reclaiming that reconnection with my guys, and reclaiming that connection with the spiritual world, and remembering who I really was. And it has been a long time since then, but in that whole process, right? And why I mentioned this past relationship, because in that relationship I got married, and I chose to I didn't want to, but I chose to, based on other external thing, to change my last name. And when I changed my last name, I took the last name of my ex, and I feel that unconsciously, I didn't know that there. Now I see it, look back and connect the dots, and it makes sense. And unconsciously, what I did, that I cut off the energy with my ancestors. I became someone in under a name that it wasn't my ancestors, right? So my name was under a last name that I had no connection with. So I was rootless. It felt like I was without roots, and my ancestors were calling me and calling me and calling me. And also I was told by somebody who was trying to help me, only connect with your ancestor of light. And I believed that at the time, right? And then I realized I'm negating my ancestors. And one thing that it happened throughout the whole relationship, which was really interesting, that now I look back and I was like, wow. On All Hallows Eve, on Halloween, the day of Dia de los Muertos, right? I always put set an altar for my ancestors. And I start realizing that every time I set the altar, stuff will happen between my ex and I. Like energy will get so rough, and we will all get in an argument, or something will happen. And what I used to do unconsciously, and I didn't know what I was doing, right? I used to take down the altar, thinking that my ancestors, who were not of sensor of light, were intervening in this relationship, and they were not letting me move forward. When in reality, that was so naive for me to even to think that way. And compassion to myself, who didn't know better at the time. But once that relationship ended, and I got my last name back, and since then I haven't put down the altar. My ancestors are there, and I never put them down. Like, and they're still there, right? my life had shifted in a way that they are like, we are always here with you, we have always been here with you, but they're somehow, they couldn't come through. There was something that it was blocking, and it was me. It was me who was blocking that, right? It was me who somehow, I was even afraid of the story of my ancestors, because we all have, we all come from ancestors who has, and hurt people, right? And we all have that. Like there's no one in this human life that doesn't have a painful story of an ancestor back, right? Like we all have something. Some have it in a bigger way, other have it in a little way, but there is pain on everybody. I have met people from everywhere, and there is always something that happened in their lineage, right? And this is why they chose to be born as the cycle breaker and all of that, right? So for me, it was getting my last name back and realizing, and also perhaps not giving so much power to that, but because name is a name, but name do carry energy. And for me and my path, it was important to have that. For me in my path, it was important to honor my ancestors and to stop being afraid of my ancestors, and to acknowledge and honor them. They did what they did with the knowledge that they have, and they didn't know better, right? And I know better, and I can choose. I have the power of choosing. And in that, it's almost like they came in so strongly that it was like, okay, we got you now. Let us, allow us. So it was that process of me allowing, and oh, okay, I don't have to do this all alone. I don't have to figure it out alone. Like I can really rely on them, and they have delivered in ways that they're just miracles. There's no other way to put it. Like when I was going through a process of divorce, which was a really challenging process for me, because I have given so much to this relationship, and I thought that was the relationship that I will be for the rest of my life. And I have give so much, which I'm super grateful. I'm grateful for that relationship because it taught me so much. But when I was in the process of divorce, I asked for assistance, and I asked my ancestor, like, if you're really, really, really walking with me this path, if we're really breaking this cycle together, if you're really supporting me, show me a sign. And I asked for a specific sign. And I kid you not, less than a month later, the sign is in, believe it. It's like, whoa, this is real. This is real. And also, I used to connect a lot with my female lineage, but in that process of and I asked to my female lineage at that time, and the ones who came in were my masculine lineage for both sides. And it was like something happened on my dad's birthday, and then something happened on my mom's dad's birthday, and it was all connected to this liberation that I was able to break the cycle and choose me, and move from this relationship that it had ended its cycle, that it was there to only last a certain period of time, and to be the catalyst for my own reclamation of my gifts and my power and all of that. And they have delivered since then in so many ways that the other day I was sharing it with a client, and as I was sharing it now, I was amazed of how many times they have supported me, how many times they have delivered, how many times they have shown up. And it's because I open myself to it. I feel worth it of it. I feel worth it of it, and I allow it instead of trying to control it with the mind of how it's going to work, doubting, right? And a lot of the people that I work with, I always get this feedback, which is like, wow, the connection that you have with your spirit guide is really powerful. And is that, right? Is that trusting? Is that trusting? But also I feel that it comes from feeling worth it of receiving, the guidance, of receiving the support, on receiving or allowing their intervention without fear. But I know that it's coming from love. There in the other side, there is no duality. There is no good and bad. There is no good and evil here either. But society and system have created that. So over there, it's all about love. It's all about light. It's all about they wanting us to have a beautiful and powerful and joyful life here, an abundant life. And just to add a little bit of what you said earlier about connection with nature, that nature provides us with abundance, right, with everything. And something that I have received lately is like, in order for us to move to the new earth, to move to this ascension that we are all going through, abundance is necessary. We cannot move there with a scarcity or lack or poverty mindset. That's something that it has to change, and to acknowledge that scarcity and poverty was created by the system, because our ancestors were all connected with nature, no matter where they were from. They were all connected with nature, and nature is abundant. It has always provided. And when the systems who are not the system that our ancestors were living under was created and implemented, the limiting belief of scarcity and start commodifying out of nature, is where competition started, and where people started pushing, I mean, stepping on top of the other to grab something and to compete for something. That created poverty, right? But that's an illusion. It's something that it was created. It's not real. And even though it's very real and in places that is a reality, I'm not denying that, but I'm saying that the way that it was created, it was to control. It was to take away people's power and to decide for them. And for us to move into this new era, the golden era, the new era, the age of Aquarius, whatever we want to call it, right? Abundance is necessary. Is carrying that abundance with all of that is part of it. So when we honor and acknowledge our ancestors who were who has scarcity, who were poor, who had to do stuff just to survive, right? We are honoring their path, and at the same time, they are helping us to be more abundant. They are helping us to untangle ourselves for things that they had to create it for us to be free and liberated moving forward.
It is so inspiring to hear you. And something that I was sensing is, if we choose to stand from the wound, right, we are limiting ourselves to reconnect and reclaim our power, as you say, our worth, because we have the pain and we have the peace, the love, joy, etc., right? So we always can use that wound as a bridge, right, to what we truly feel. And as you say, if we connect with nature, nature just allow itself to release what it needs to release, to embrace what it needs to embrace, and without struggle, right? And that's our thing. We often forget that we just give the power to our wounds instead of saying, okay, thank you. I can see what I need to see, right? Understand what I need to understand, and then reclaim our power and to follow our heart. As you said, when we are connected to our roots, we are even more powerful. I saw this reel, I think I shared with you, or you shared with me, I can remember, where was this man walking in certain posture, right, like the feet posture, and then start to connect with all the ancestors and the energy of them behind them, and start to change everything. It is saying thanks to all of them and thanks to all their magic, wisdom, and as you say, the things that they could do, the things that they couldn't, right? And it's just taking all that strength and make it your own, and just keep walking with all that blessings behind you. And as you say, they are there open to help us, to guide us. And in my case, as it is super similar as you, it was my great grandfather from my mother's side, right, guiding me unstoppable along these 6 years since I traveled first to Europe, and have and I am so grateful for that because there was times when I thought just to quit and surrender and let all that go, and then my heart was so uh, strong, the calling, the need to go, to keep doing, to keep hearing, to keep receiving what he was wanting to, as you say, deliver, guide me, and everything that I say, okay, I just surrender and I will keep following my heart until you say it's okay. And that's what I was doing. And as I was saying, this humbled me in levels so deep and powerful that I am even a better woman, mother, and everything thanks to that as well, because it is that connection with nature as well. They connect us with nature in ways that today we are more disconnected because of, as you say, the society, the belief, the programming, and everything. And when we choose to go back to the roots, to the origin, right, that connects us with Earth and with the Creator, we are again reclaiming all that we are. And that is something that it can describe. It's something that you feel and you just start to expand through your life when you allow yourself to open your heart to just surrender whatever your mind is telling you and just our path. I talk for both of us and probably the people that is watching and that will watching this is following our heart no matter what.
And to trust ourselves, to really trust ourselves, because sometimes one of the things that I have witnessed in clients is like they want to follow their heart, they want to do it, but there is a lack of self-trust. And there is nothing
Yes.
to blame ourselves. There is nothing that, oh, there is something wrong. Or it's just there was a moment perhaps in life and probably when you were very little that this connection happened and that you stop trusting yourself. And it's just going back to that, dismantle that or heal that or whatever we want to call it, right? To come back to our true essence, to our most authentic self, and to remember, oh, okay, that was just a layer that it was put on there because it was necessary at the moment, no longer serve me. So now I can let it go, so I can move forward. And the other day I was talking with some sisters that they're part of a mastermind that I'm part of, and I was talking about healing. I was using the word healing, and for me, healing, for my own experience and for my background and all of that, right? Um, Healing means coming back to your true self. It's like dismantling those limited belief and really peeling off part of you who are not you, right? So your most authentic self comes out. For them, healing was, oh, I'm broken, I need fixing. And I was like, whoa, that's not what healing means for me. So sometimes using the word healing can be misinterpreted as there is something wrong with you, that you're broken and you need a fixing, and that's not right. And it's understandable that concept can be understood that way, but in reality, this path of remembrance, and this is why I'm changing the word from healing to remembrance in my service, because it's a path of remembering who we are. It's a path of remembering our most authentic self. It's a path of allowing ourselves to let go of the pieces that is not ourselves. It's almost the same with love, right? It's not that we need to discover love or find love or it's like we are love. So our path is to unpeel and dismantle the pieces that we have created through our life because of life experiences that have separated us from love. And it's not that we go and find love, we become love, we are love, we remember we are love. So we start um, cleansing or taking away parts that no longer serve us, that they were there for a reason, that they help us, but they no longer serve us, so we can actually show up fully who we truly are.
So beautiful. It is so beautiful. That's it. We just need to remember that we are whole all the time.
Yes.
That we used to get attached to our ego and maybe putting more attention to our ego instead of going and connect with our hearts and just listen the truth. And the truth, as you said, it's in our heart where it lies our essence and where is the creator as well. And even Mother's Earth is our body. So we
Yeah.
are whole the whole time and we just give our power back. Yes, we lose our power when we feed our ego, and we just need to remember the path is more simple than we think, and it's just that trust, as you say, hear our heart and listen our heart as well, because it's where Mother Nature and God talks to us. So for my part, I am just super grateful with you, hermana, and for this sacred space. I think that this is the most profound life probably that were sharing because our path as well along these years and since we met is hearing this powerful calling from our ancestor to give the space to that, to value that, to um, connect and reclaim our worth
Yeah.
during this transit, right? And I am super proud of you and proud of all of us because we have the enough courage and love to do it. And I think that's a gift that all of us have, that we can stop standing from the wound and
Mm.
just honor that sacred ground that we are, that our ancestors are, that Mother Earth is, and the creator as well, and just keep moving and going forward because we have everything open when we just connect with what truly is truth.
Yes, yes. And to choose ourselves, right? It's a choice to choose ourselves and to choose and know that we're worth it of it and to choose to do things differently, to choose to open up to remember who we truly are and also to move from the past relationship, past experiences, whatever it is, from a place of gratitude because they
Hmm.
were the catalyst for us to remember who we are and I'm a believer that we do contracts before we are born, right? And we will call into some people into our life that they will help us to remember who we are. That even if perhaps the situation was painful, even if perhaps the the experiences open up the wound, right? Or open up yeah the wounds that perhaps were inherited or were created in childhood. It's not because that person was bad or it's not because that person did this to me. It's like those person came into our life to open the wound so we have an opportunity to heal it. So we got an opportunity to see it, to honor it, to take care of it, to nurture it, and to move forward, move through that healing or through that remembrance, through that process to become our most authentic self. Because if we don't do that, and if we blame the other person and we move in from a place of victimhood, we just attract the same pattern over and over and over and over and over. And we think that life is being hard with us or that we're doing something wrong, when in reality it is a calling to look in, to look within, to honor the pain, to honor the wounds, heal the wounds so you can transmute the wound, so then you can open up to joy and to pleasure and to expansion and to live a happy life, a joyful life. And then joy becomes healing, right? Like it becomes your process of healing because you are doing something for yourself that perhaps your ancestor didn't. Or if you would have repeated the pattern, you would not even open yourself to that joy, right? And thought that, oh, this is my life, it is what it is. And it's moving from the fated life to the destined life. And we have to go through that process if we want to move from the fatal life to destiny process. We have to sit with our pain. We have to see our shadow. We have to do that. And something that I have seen sometimes is like in some clients that, and this is what I shifted the way that I work with clients now too, because I was doing one-on-one as they needed. Now I'm like, no, we're doing a program because we got to be together for a period of time, so you go through that transformation and you lean in instead of running away. Because I saw some clients like they're about to have the breakthrough, and instead of moving in and lean in, they run away, right? Because it's not comfortable. It's not comfortable. If not easy, if it was easy, everybody would do it. But not everybody's doing it. This is why we have the system that we have. This is why there's most corruption. This is why there is so much hurt in this world, because most people are not doing that. Most people are not choosing that. But at the end, it's a choice. It's a choice, and it comes from that place of self-worth. Do I want to keep repeating the patterns? Do I want to continue and victimizing self, or do I want to overcome this and see it from a perspective that is working for me and through me, and transmute it and open up to the other spectrum, which is pure love, pure joy, pure happiness, and what we came here to do, right? It's like this life is only lived once, and we have one shot. Like, are we doing the best out of it? Are we going all for it, or are we not? And at the end, it's a choice.
Yes, it is. It is that, right? We have the power of choosing is the important thing as well. You know, sorry, Colin was getting in. I am grateful, hermana, for all that you shared today, your wisdom, your path as well, all the things that have transforming you and helping you to become your best version. I am, as I said, I have been witness all the journey with you since we met, so I I can't wait to see what the path is going to bring for you and for both of us working together as well. So thank you for this sacred space. Thank you to our ancestors as well. That I am sure that they uh, create this space as well for both of us, and they were mean as well for us to connect and re-encounter in this incarnation. So thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for witnessing me. Thank you for seeing me. Thank you for holding me too in my own process as well. And thank you for your sisterhood. Thank you for your heart. Thank you for your love. Thank you for choosing you too. Thank you for choosing to be a beautiful and wonderful mother to your daughter. It's beautiful to witness that too. And thank you for your path, for your service, for everything you do, for all the space that you hold, and also for doing that for yourself. Right? It's beautiful. It's beautiful to witness. It's inspiring. Is it's hard to put into words because it's it's alive. It's beautiful. Yeah, it's expansive. Maybe that's the word. It's expansive, and we are worth it of that. And as we do, we can become an inspiration for others too, right? It's not that we do it for that, but it can happen. And we as women, everybody, not only women. And I want to add two things. Like yesterday, it was my first time that I hold space for men and women, and it was beautiful. It was 15 people total. It was powerful. It was beautiful, and it was such a gift. And I was like, yes, right? It's that inner marriage between the feminine and the masculine within. So then, because men and women both deserve healing, both deserve liberation, both deserve joy and to show up fully, right? And the men had it a little bit harsh lately, right? Like uh, with the healing and awakening of the female, somehow it's like, oh, now we're so powerful, and the man is like, oh, right, what are we doing? And as we rise and as we liberate as women, so do our brothers, and it's necessary. There is no one over the other. The new earth that we're moving forward is not a patriarchal, it's not a matriarchal, it's the balance. is the balance between the man and the woman, and that also happens as the balance within ourselves, our inner masculine, our inner feminine, and it's to that relationship with both of our lineage, with the masculine lineage and the feminine lineage. And the other thing that I wanted to add is like we're talking about ancestors right now, which is really powerful, and it's one of our spirit guides, but there are other spirit guides too. And when we met through an archangel,
Yes.
right? Which is spirit guide too. So we have options, right? There's so many options. There is so much help from the other side. There is so much support from the other side. We're so loved from the other side. There is so much that wants to help us and support us. And the way that we met, it was like we couldn't create that ourselves. It was magical. It just happened. And the soon we connected, it was like, whoa, we recognize each other. Our souls recognize, and our sisterhood became deeper and stronger. And we have held each other in process that I never thought I would have anybody who can hold that space for me, right? So I'm really, 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 really grateful for you. And at the same time, for our guys that help us to reunite in this life.
Hermana, it's super mutual. Yeah, I'm super grateful. As you say, it's super hard to put it in words.
Yeah.
The thing that I could say, it's my heart. It's deeply expanded with your presence, with your guidance, with your wisdom, with your love, with the way that as well you accompany me and help me to transform as well. So I am super grateful that our sisterhood is a nurturing and sacred space to grow, to evolve, to cry, to laugh, to to share everything we are in all our status as well, in the divine and human as well. And that's
Yeah.
something I treasure the most. So thank you for this. Thank you for your time. Thank you for all the people that is going to join after this is recorded. And thank you as well for our courage as well to do what's not comfortable enough, and we are just doing what we are called, and that's something greater, I think, because we are here in the Mother Earth's call, Creator's call, and as you say, working deeply within ourselves to live that inner marriage as well, the divine masculine and divine feminine, and to become a better human in the
Yeah.
end. So thank you for that, and thank you for your time.
Thank you. I love you very much. Thank you so much
Me
for
too.
to share in English. I think it's a great opportunity for others to see who you are and your gifts and your magic, and to expand even more, right? To reach even more people. So thank you so much, and thank you for your time as well. And looking forward to whatever wants to be birthed from us.
Thank you for that. So bye. See you soon.
Bye.